In a small village on a hill there lived a girl. The girl's name was Hanwi. Hanwi has lived in this village ever since she was a little girl, working in the house of a shepherd. Hanwi loved this beautiful village very much, but dreamed that one day she would go outside the village and see the world. Eventually, Hanwi reached the age when she could stand on her own and set off on her journey. Hanwi left the village before sunrise, when the air was still cold. Leaving her favorite shepherd was harder and sadder than she had expected. Hanwi walked for days. Eventually, a large valley came into view. Smoke from chimneys could be seen at the bottom of the valley. It seemed to be a big town. Hanwi decided to go down the valley. Then, out of nowhere, Kamaro flew up and said to Hanwi, "Don't do it, little girl. This is the Valley of the Dwarves. Once you enter, you'll never get out." Hanwi did not listen to Kamaro and went down the valley. Many dwarves were busy working in the town. "What is it? There's a human here. I haven't seen a human for a long time." Dwarves passing by were staring at Hanwi and saying, "This is the busiest valley in the world. The dwarves have been working here for 100 years. Kamaro told Hanwi. They were passing by a tower at the edge of the town. Suddenly a dwarf jumped out from inside and grabbed Hanwi's arm and said, "Young lady, everyone who comes to this valley must have a job. You should work here." Hanwi was immediately dragged into the tower. She worked day after day from morning till night. The dwarves were mean and always irritated by the busy work. As the only human in the valley, Hanwi was told a lot of horrible things by the dwarves. One day, Hanwi met a traveller called Tete in the city. Tete was a human girl like Hanwi. Tete and Hanwi soon became friends. Kamaro also became fond of Tete. After work, Hanwi and Kamaro went to see Tete every day. Tete told them many wonderful stories about her travels. "I love it. I want to leave this place, and one day I want to go many places like Tete," Hanwi said. "Hanwi, you can go too. You just haven't tried to go." Tete always said this, and the three of them hung out together, losing track of time. The time passed quickly. "Will Hanwi live in this valley forever?" One day Tete asked. "I don't know. Somehow I got too scared to leave the valley," Hanwi replied. "Is there something to be afraid of outside the valley?" Tete asked. Hanwi tilted her head. She didn't know what she was afraid of. Seeing this, Tete laughed and said, "I wish Hanwi could see the wonderful world outside." After that day, Tete was never seen again. Since Tete's disappearance, Hanwi became depressed and irritable much of the time. She became angry and slammed and banged things so loudly that the dwarves were startled, and it was as if she was a different person than she used to be. Day by day, Hanwi became paler and paler, and her arms and legs became more and more bony, making her look increasingly like a dwarf. When Hanwi realized that she was becoming a dwarf, she was in despair and agony. Concerned, Kamaro said to the girl, "Hanwi, you have done nothing wrong, because this is the Valley of the Dwarves, and if you choose to live here, you must become a dwarf." Kamaro continued, "Dwarves are smart creatures with a job to do. a job they can be proud of in the world. Hanwi said nothing. Hanwi, if you want to leave, I will help you, Kamaru said. In the morning sun, Hanwi thought for a while before saying, I'm leaving this valley. Hanwi's arm, slowly illuminated by the morning sunlight, quickly regained its blood color and became a human arm again. I thought you would say that, so I brought your luggage. It's up on the hill. Kamaru proudly offered the girl's traveling jacket. Hanwi took it with great care. At that moment, Hanwi's feet suddenly began to sink. Whoa, what's this? Hanwi screamed. This valley gets in the way of anyone who tries to leave. Hold on to me, quick, or the ground will swallow you up. The Kamaru jumped up. Kamaru and the girl flew low over the dwarves' city. You're leaving the valley, you traitor! The dwarves were angry and threw all sorts of things at them. Ow, ouch! Kamaru, fly higher! Hanwi shouted. I can't get the wind right, Hanwi. Kick the ground for me, Kamaru said. At Hanwi's height, her feet couldn't reach the ground. Having no choice, Hanwi used the heads of the dwarves as a springboard and jumped up into the sky in 1, 2, 3. The angry voices of the dwarves could be heard below. I'm so sorry. Thank you for everything. Goodbye, Hanwi shouted. We did it, Hanwi. Kamaru's laughter could be heard above their heads, and they flew high into the sky. They came safely to the exit of the valley. Now farewell, Hanwi, Kamaru said. What? Why? The girl said. I have family in this valley. When winter comes, I will leave with my family for the south. I don't know if I will see you again one day, but I will never forget the time I spent with you and Tete. Large tears welled up from Hanwi's eyes. She had so many things she wanted to say to Kamaru, but couldn't put them into words. A beautiful morning lit up the two of them. Hanwi walks along a golden path that goes on forever. She's going on a journey. She travels alone, step by step, without anyone to talk to. She remembers her mysterious best friends, whom she will never see again.